If in fact they are in violation of the law, if they have gone way beyond the scope of what congressional intent was on this, and they need to be called on the carpet for it.
Sir, as we sit here on Bastille Day, July 14th, in the past few days, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives has come out with a new rule for asking federally licensed gun dealers, gun sellers on states that border Mexico that if an individual, I just want to say it correctly, if an individual buys a second rifle within a 5-day period, that has to be reported to the ATF. Right. You have a long history with this rule, and can you maybe talk about your thoughts?
Well, I've been vocal going back to January in objecting to them proceeding with this rule. This is a sort of fundamental violation of these, as you said, certified gun dealers' rights. And furthermore, we've already demonstrated, I think, with the failure of the project that we just talked about, the ability of these folks to actually keep track of these, to trace these weapons and get down there. But this is something that, again, goes above and beyond anything that Congress is in favor of, and this final rule is really an overreach. We've weighed in with that. We will continue to weigh in with that. And this is just a complete overreach by the agency. And I hope that we get some response back, but so far they seem intent on moving forward.
In the letter you signed in February, one of the points that was made is that this is actually illegal.
Right.
That the law requires revolvers and pistols to be reported, but not rifles. And yet the ATF is still claiming that what they're doing is lawful. Has there been any traction on trying to figure out how they came up with this?
I think that's a really good point to explore and examine. It strikes me at least that the long rifles were outside the scope of this. Clearly this was something that was directed at other types of firearms, and that's why I say it's an overreach. I don't know what authority they're basing their moving forward with on, but we need to get to the bottom of it. And if in fact they are in violation of the law, if they have gone way beyond the scope of what congressional intent was on this, and they need to be called on the carpet for it. Now, I think we have a responsibility as members of Congress to provide that kind of oversight. The response to the letter clearly was not what we had hoped for, but I think there are other things that we'll be able to do and should do to blow the whistle on this. There just clearly is, this is something that is way above and beyond the scope of what this was designed to accomplish in the first place.